Hey everyone, it's Desiree. I was doing this card and I figured I just started recording it. So this is going to be a little bit different, but it's cute. I'm going to be using some peg stamps from Rubber Stamp Tapestry. You all know I absolutely love these stamps. I'm going to use only 2 shades of Memento ink in black and the sky blue. And I'm using their stamp set called Arctic Sparkle. Look at those penguins. Penguins are always first for me, then snowflakes. I just love penguins. So this comes with 2 different size penguins and some snowflakes. So I was so glad I recorded this. So you're going to see some fingers wiggling and all of that. So this roll that I have is double-sided tape. I bought this a long time ago and found it. So I'm going to adhere this to a strip of cardstock that's about 2.5 by 4, between 4.5, 5 inches long. It's very strong. I actually get it from Uline, which is a packaging company, and it works absolutely great for what I'm about to do. So with this panel, I'm going to expose the adhesive on the other side that I put on this cardstock, and I'm using this light blue glitter. I get my glitter from Paper Mart. I think it is wonderful glitter. It's very fine. It's very inexpensive. You can get it in bigger sizes, but I just love this light blue. And now I'm going to, after I pour it down onto the adhesive, I'm going to varnish it, and that's just by taking my finger and rubbing along this. It gets more shiny, more glittery, and it really doesn't, it is a very fine glitter, at least I feel, not as fine as others, but when you varnish it, it really doesn't come up on your fingers that bad either. Swiffer's towels are the best to clean up. Didn't have one with me, so I'm going to use my hand. And I think it works just fine. So it's a little bit less expensive. Yes, you all see it. It's the wonky die. I know you all missed it in part 2. I know. So I made a panel with the wonky die, the largest of the rectangles, and I'm going to use the My Favorite Things Peace Sentiment die. This is a beautiful die. It's absolutely great. So I cut that out a little bit towards the top, and I'm saving the A center and the P center. I'm surprised I didn't lose those. So we're going to start stamping. So I'm going to start with the Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to start with the largest penguin. Now remember, they have a register. See that line at the bottom? That tells me that it's sitting at the bottom of the penguin. And when you put your stamp in the ink, you want to remember, I keep checking to make sure that the side didn't pick up any ink so I get that halo. And it's okay if I do. We have ways of covering that. So I stamped a couple of the large ones, and now I'm going to do the small ones. And yes, I'm getting black ink all over me. So you know black ink's going to get somewhere on this card. It'll be amazing if it doesn't. So now I'm just going to stamp with the smaller of the penguin. I thought it was cute to have them peeking out of the letters. I thought it was just, I don't know how I came up with this. I don't know if I saw it somewhere. I probably did, but for some reason, when I saw these penguins, I had to have them. So I made sure. I just recently got them in. Now, of course, the snowflakes are going to come in next. Now, they have the registry as well to know how your stamp's going to go down, but in this case, it really doesn't matter. They're snowflakes. They're all different, and they all have 6 points. So it doesn't matter how you turn these. We're good. So I'm using the Summer Sky Memento ink, and I'm just going to put the snowflakes all around this piece and around those adorable penguins. Love penguins, yes. So this is, it's soft. Even though I'm using black ink, it's still a soft a soft feel on the card. Now, yes, I have another wonky panel here, but here I'm using this because now I'm going to use my Lawn Fawn hillside stitch dies because I want to create a couple snowbanks. So I cut one from one side, and then I'm going to use the other one where the hill's higher on the other side of that panel. And that's because I want to get the stitches. For the second one, it really doesn't matter about the stitches because they'll be hidden. But I just wanted to make sure, at least for the top one, that I had those stitches going around. It drives me crazy if the stitches don't continue around the panel. It's me. I'm crazy. So I'm going to use my finger dauber. And as I said, you can use a cosmetic sponge for this. You can use a cotton ball. I am a fan of the finger daubers. To me, they are great, but I also do like the cosmetic sponges as well. It all depends on what I'm doing, if I'm going to pull out a cosmetic sponge. But I just wanted to use some of that blue, because it's the color that I used, just to let those hills stand out a little bit. So I'm going to use my Xyron adhesive tape runner here. This is some strong tape adhesive. It's awesome. So I'm putting it very close around the piece, and then I'm going to come in with my art glitter glue on those pieces in the center, because the glitter panel, even though you varnish it down, it is still rough. So you need to be able to have a good adhesion on this, and the tape runner and the art glitter glue will really work very well for this. So I'm just pushing down those pieces, and now I'm going to fight to get these two little pieces. So the tweezers, here we go. They work. Don't know why you don't grab for them the first time. And I'm just going to set the P in, and then the center piece for the A. And I'm just eyeballing it. Yes, I could take the P from the die cut, set it in there to set the center piece. We all know how that would go. I would be here forever. There's very minimal editing on this. I did take some sections out where it was just ridiculously long. But to do that, I would have been fidgeting forever. So I can eyeball things, and we should get used to that. Just eyeball with it. Your eyes are going to tell you what looks right and what doesn't. Again, this is card making. This is not a Van Gogh. So I'm using the ink pad, and that's what's great with these dewdrops. If anyone's looking for starter inks, the Memento dewdrops, there's 3 sets. They have 36 colors, and they have 3 sets of 12. And I think, I could be wrong, I'll link them below, but they are so inexpensive, and you have all of these colors that can be used in so many different ways. It's an excellent investment. Now that I rambled, what I did was I just used the ink pad itself just to put some color around the panel, so that when it goes down on my 4 1/4, 5 1/2, technically top folding, but we're making it a side folding card, it kind of stands out just a little bit, because I'm not propping this up. I'm actually keeping it flat. Now, never fear, there are going to be some foam tape coming in, because you all know I love dimension. So, of course, I didn't have my tape near me. So I'm going to use lots of foam squares. So this part I did kind of fade out just a little bit there. There we go. And now we're just going to set that on the top. So now you see the 2 hills. And I had the one hill kind of go over the piece just a little bit. You can still see that it says piece. But just to cover it, again, a little bit different. We all knew the iridescent sequins. I love my iridescent sequins. I just think they're versatile. I love the other colors as well, but these are just my go-to. And Doris, they're so inexpensive. You can get like thousands of them for like $2. And they change colors, so I think they're great. I'm using my wax pencil. This is actually used for nail designers, but it works great. Get those off of Amazon, and I'm just putting my sequins all around. I really videotaped this, and honestly, I don't have pictures of the card at the end. That's how fast I videotaped this. So I'll have those up on my Instagram if you want to see the close-ups. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Stay in tune. We have a great series going of simplicity. Videos coming real soon. All the products that I used will be listed down below please check out Rubber Stamp Tapestry and their peg stamps. You will not be sorry. You can see all the things you can create, and wait till you see the next project I have coming up with them as well. Remember, everybody, thanks for your support, and always be creative.